All right, everyone. This is Paul Gaither. This is Madden NFL 2002, and we are watching the end of Season 2 of our 49ers franchise. Another season that ends in a disappointing playoff exit. However, it was a good game. It came down to the wire. And the flaws of the play calling and clock management of the computer were evident. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule. Because this is Madden 2002, we cannot click on the games. We cannot watch and comment on the playoffs. We have the Steelers facing the Broncos. Denver is a 92 overall rated team. Who do you think will win this game? I've got to go with the home team Broncos. Let's simulate this game. And they do come away with a 25-20 victory at home. The Saturday night game, January 4th. The Rams travel to the Vikings. Greatest show on turf, who advanced to the divisional round despite coming in second place in our division. On paper, they're ready to go. But I seem to remember an injury to Marshall Faulk. Is that still true? Is that a season ender? No, it looks like he's back healthy and ready to go. I've got to take the Rams here, but will they disappoint or will they advance to the championship game? They will disappoint. Congratulations, Vikings fans. Your Vikings go to an NFC championship game. Who will they face between the Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles? A game that I believe was played as the real-life NFC championship game. We'll see what happens. Let's actually simulate that one first, because we can. Buccaneers take the victory just like in real life and advance to the championship game. The Eagles get knocked off 36-30. Obviously, as soon as we click simulate game, we will see who won, but we'll come back to see what the final score was. Miami at the Jaguars. The Jaguars are the higher rated overall team. Bucs were rated 99 as a team overall. So we see that the higher rated overall team doesn't always win, as the Vikings got the home victory. Miami has got a stout defense. The Jaguars are coached by Tom Coughlin, who would later win 2 Super Bowls with the Giants. Who do you have in this battle? The Dolphins' defense outranks the offense of the Jags, but the Jags' defense just dominates the Dolphins' offense. I think I got to go with the Jags in the championship game to play against the Denver Broncos, which is also a rivalry game in and of itself. I'm taking the Jags. Who are you taking? The Dolphins get the victory, 24-14. Miami goes to Denver. Elway, long retired. Marino, long retired. The two teams that had legendary quarterbacks do not even have legendary quarterbacks right here. Who goes to the Super Bowl? I've got to take Denver at home. And they easily clean up Miami 30-7. The Buccaneers have to travel to face the Vikings, but I still pick them as the favorites. Do the Vikings make their 5th Super Bowl, losing 4 in their previous attempts? Or does Tampa Bay repeat real-life history and make it to the Super Bowl in the 2002 season? It is the Vikings who knock off the Buccaneers 34-28, and that sets up a Broncos-Vikings Super Bowl. Someone has got to win it. Will the Vikings win their first Super Bowl? We'll find out. But just like in real life, it's time to take a look at the yearly awards. NFL MVP awards ceremony goes to Ricky Williams. Runners up were Sam Cowart, Donovan McNabb, Corey Dillon, and Dante Culpepper. The Offensive Player of the Year clearly also goes to Ricky Williams. The Defensive Player of the Year goes to Sam Cowart, who was a runner-up, a middle linebacker was runner-up for MVP, clearly takes Defensive Player of the Year. The Offensive Rookie of the Year, this rookie class, was Jesse Scott, the quarterback of the Bills, and the Texans wide receiver, Leon Nalen, was a runner-up. No 49ers made the list here. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Vikings player, middle linebacker, Dan Francis, who's playing in the Super Bowl, won the award. The Coach of the Year goes to Dennis Green, who's in the Super Bowl, very clearly winning that award. Rest in peace. Best QB goes to Dante Culpepper. Best running back clearly is the MVP, Ricky Williams. Best wide receiver goes to Isaac Bruce. You'd almost think that they'd give it to someone else just so like, hey, you won the MVP. We're going to then choose from the remaining players, whatever. But best wide receiver goes to Isaac Bruce. Best offensive lineman, the Broncos, who are also in the Super Bowl, goes to their center. Defensive line, Luther Ellis gets it. Bryant Young is the runner-up for best defensive lineman. Best linebacker clearly goes to Sam Coward, the Defensive Player of the Year. Best defensive back goes to the legend himself, Charles Woodson. And the fact that we had Washington in the mix there as a runner-up. Not second place, but in the mix there. Best kicker goes to Jason Elam. So those are the awards. The all-Madden team here. It's not the Pro Bowl. It's Dante Culpepper, Kurt Warner, Donovan McNabb, Kerry Collins, Michael Vick. Michael Vick has these stats simulating his entire career in this game. He is a rookie in this game. So as he increased, his rating is higher. He has more completions. He has more yards. He has more touchdowns. Fewer interceptions, a higher completion percentage. He ran the ball more often. This is simulated stats. So the higher number of yards, the extra touchdown, the longer run, more yards after the first hit, everything all over the place there. So really well done by Michael Vick. The All-Madden team has Ricky Williams, Stephen Davis, Kevin Barlow. Kevin Barlow, his career is also being simulated here. Fewer average yards per carry. We were messing with the running back ability, and I think we found a good place, but he's got to be given the ball. He was under 400 carries. I believe Larry Johnson has a record of over 500 carries in a season, so that's not a ridiculous number, though it is a high number. Almost doubling his touchdowns. Almost matching his long. More yards after the first hit, but a lot more fumbles. 10 on the year. Not even looking at receptions. Corey Dillon and Curtis, my favorite, Martin. Deuce Staley. At the wide receiver position, obviously Isaac Bruce, Randy Moss, Jermaine Crowell, Leon Nalen, excuse me, Michael Westbrook, Keyshawn Johnson, Torrey Holt. The tight ends go to Tony Gonzalez, Frank Wycheck, and Chad Lewis of the Eagles, who was doing his part to chew up our team in that key playoff game. Left tackle Orlando Pace and right tackle John Runyon, John Jansen, Randall McDaniel, Trey Thomas, Chris Samuels, Willie Rolfe, Adam Timmerman, Jeff Christie, Larry Allen, Luke Pettigrew, if I remember the pronunciation. Those are our offensive players. On defense, Luther Ellis, Chris Hovan, Bryant Young, Michael Strahan, Ted Washington, Norman Hand, Travis Hall, Keith Hamilton, Leroy Glover, all at the defensive line position. Mostly defensive tackles. Only one defensive end even makes the list, though some of them play defensive end like Bryant Young for us. Middle linebacker, Sam Cowart, Brian Urlacher, okay? Ronald McKinnon, Chris Claiborne, Zach Thomas, Donnie Edwards, Mike Peterson. At safeties, we have Lynch and Dawkins. At corners, we have Woodson. Washington made the All-Madden team. Donnie Abrams, Sean Springs of the Seahawks fame. Sam Garnis, Darren Sharper, one of the hottest hitting safeties in the league. Mike Minter. Kicker and punter is Martin Gramatica and Micah Noor. Kick returners, Tony Horn and Jermaine Lewis. Those are your all Madden winners. We will look at the Pro Bowl when we watch the Pro Bowl. Those are the awards. Are you ready for the Super Bowl? Who do you got? What a matchup. What a battle. What a playoff streak and run this is. Gotta root for Denver to send the Vikings 0-5 all time. Do the Vikings get their first win? They do not. Broncos come out in overtime. From the perspective of this Madden franchise, the first overtime Super Bowl in NFL history. In real life, it would be the Patriots and their 28-3 comeback victory over the Atlanta Falcons. But in Madden, it will be this overtime victory, 27-21. Denver hoists the trophy. Congratulations to them. That sets up the Pro Bowl for us to watch in our next video. It's time to save and move forward. I will see you for the Pro Bowl.